All right, hey guys. Whoops. This is the review video. That's okay, I'll talk over the bells. Review video. Okay, so remember, we have a test next Tuesday. Review video. Yay. Okay, so trying to keep this brief. Okay, one thing you need to know. Remember the entire way through. If you multiply or divide by a negative, you flip the sign. Okay, so big important thing to remember. If you multiply or divide by a negative, you flip the sign. That's throughout all of this stuff. Anytime. Multiply or divide by a negative, you flip the sign. Okay, next up. Let's just talk about inequalities. Okay, inequalities. So remember for graphing them, that's an open circle. And closed circle. Okay, so good to know that. With a compound graphing, whoops. Compound or statements should look like this. And statements should look like this. You don't even need the arrows because they're pointing towards each other. Okay, so let's look at a compound one just so we can kind of finalize all of our graphing skills. Okay, so let's say we have, I don't know if this will turn out nicely, but let's look at an and statement. All right, so for example, let's say we have -8 is less than or equal to 2x plus 4, which is less than or equal to, I don't know, 10. Okay, so for this statement, we're going to, it's an and statement, so we're going to draw our line down. Okay, for this, we're going to do it to all three of these parts. So we're going to subtract 4 here, subtract 4 here, subtract 4 here. -12 is less than or equal to 2x, which is less than or equal to 6. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. And final statement, okay, so yes, we're getting a negative answer over here, but we didn't actually like divide by anything negative. That's still a positive number. So we get -6 is less than or equal to x, right, because those canceled, which is less than or equal to 3. Okay, so I'm moving on down this graph. Okay, no matter what, negatives should be left. Okay, here's -6. Here's 3. They're both or equal to, so they're both closed circles. And since it's an and, it's all the points in between. Okay, it's not extending beyond that. I know it looked like I did right there, but it shouldn't. Okay, so it's everything between -6 and 3. Okay. Moving on, let's look at the next part. Okay, so you should have a little bit more room. Let's go on to, by the way, if you need to pause and go back, feel free. But linear graphs. Whoa, not how you spell linear. Linear graphs. Linear inequality. Okay, Things to remember there. This and this are dashed lines. This and this are solid. Okay, make sure you have that solidified. Okay, and I just want to talk to you about 3 different types of graphs. Okay, when you have y equals mx plus b, identify m equals, b equals. Okay, when you see the form y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, identify, okay, what's the point? X1, Y1. And what's the M? Okay, so remember, we begin with the B, we put on the point, and then we move with the M. Okay, last one is when you have that standard form, which we saw quite a bit today in class. There goes that bell again. Okay, you can always turn it into, one of these, or you can make your little teeny tiny table. Okay, you can make your little table of x, y. So x is 0, y is 0, fill in and graph it. Okay, you can do that. That's an option for you. Okay, and then you got to test your points, which we're working on in class. I want you to, summary. Right here. Okay, what do you feel good about? I'm confident about this. Okay, fill in the blank. What are you feeling really confident about? What do you feel good about? Okay, and then I'm working on this. So what are you still having questions on? And that's okay. What are you working towards still? All right, bring those to class tomorrow. We're going to retake in class. Hey, if you have not yet, work on your retake review. Come in early and ask questions because we're doing it in class tomorrow. Tomorrow's the deadline for retakes from the last unit. And then Tuesday's the test. Okay, have a great night.